All right, let's go. Today's training is about why you get stuck in not taking action. So, if you're here, you're wanting to get motivated to break through the overthinking, the procrastination, the asking a whole bunch of people for their opinions, and I'm going to help you with that today. So, if you specifically want to break through in your business, in your health, in relationship, in becoming a confident public speaker, whatever you're here for, I want you to take this and use it and apply it to your life today. So, this video is going to motivate you, it's also going to challenge you, and it's going to invite you to take action today. If you are new to me, my name is Camy. I'm an intuitive life and business coach. I am a Reiki practitioner, an intuitive reader and channel, and a breathwork facilitator. So, what I do is I combine spirituality with science, because I have a degree in molecular cell biology, and I help to motivate people to take action and to get over their fear of failure. So, today I'm going to go over the 3 mistakes that you're probably making and how to break through them. And then I'm going to invite you to continue this work with me together. If you have a business, I have a special invitation for you. Or if you're working on anything in breaking through, I always offer one on one coaching. So that is also available for you. But let's dive in. So, the number one thing that gets in your way of taking action is being afraid to get it wrong. So, here's what this looks like. When you are afraid to get it wrong, that means you are looking for the quote unquote right answer. And when you are looking for the right answer, typically what you will do is question yourself, like step out of your power and authority. You'll start asking your friends, asking maybe even a coach, what should I do? Asking your family. You'll have multiple conversations about what to do, what you think other people should do. And what this leads to is you getting even more confused and feeling even more insecure. So, what I would challenge you to do is shift your mindset and realize there is no one right way. If you're going after health goals, there's a million ways to do it. You just have to pick one and try it. If you're going after business goals, there's also a million ways to do it. Most of them will work, but you just have to try it and see what results you get. The problem here is when you start questioning, when you start going to multiple people, right? If you start having people tell you different things, then you're stuck in confusion and overwhelm and overthinking, not feeling good enough. You're in your insecurity. So, one of the tools I like to use for myself is there's no right way to do this. I trust myself to make it up, to choose it, to move forward, and then evaluate my results. I would rather move forward today on something, get a result, get the feedback, get the outcome, and then evaluate that outcome. The reason I would rather do this is because if I don't, if I'm afraid of getting it wrong, and I keep waiting and overthinking and questioning and having multiple conversations, I won't take any action. I won't get any results. I won't become a more confident person, and I'll stay stuck exactly where I am. So I want you to take this on for yourself. The way to move forward is to just realize all of us are making it up. Everything is made up. Everything is made up. Just because somebody is an authority on a subject or has a scientific background, everything is made up, including science half of the time. And I know this is true because I know about the scientific method, and I know that as humans we are fallible, right? And I know that also sometimes the science can be skewed. So even science sometimes is made up, and sometimes it's made up in order to serve a certain perspective. So remember, a lot of times there's not actual facts, there's not an actual right way. And for some people, it makes them feel really uncomfortable because they want somebody to tell me the right way to do it. But the way to achieve anything in life is to trust yourself so deeply that you know how to figure out the quote unquote right way for you. Because here's what's going to happen. Somebody could tell you the right way, even me as your coach, and it may not be the right way for you. You have to try it, then evaluate and determine what's off about it, what you want to change, what things you want to get different about it, and trust yourself to always figure it out. So tell yourself, I'm getting paid to figure this out. I trust myself to move forward with this, and allow yourself to move forward. There is no such thing as wrong. There's only going to be feedback and results that you can assess once you've done it. But if you've done nothing, then you're already wrong, right? If you've done nothing, then you're already wrong, which means you're not getting any step closer to the goal. All right, so now let's move on to number 2, which is why you are not taking action. And that is because you are afraid to fail. So think about this. When we are afraid to fail, it simply means we are afraid to feel an emotion. So ask yourself right now, what emotion am I afraid to feel? I'm afraid to feel like a failure. I'm afraid to feel rejected. I'm afraid of feeling unworthy. I'm afraid of feeling shame, of judging myself, of having people judge me. I'm afraid of feeling disappointed. So consider for you, what are the feelings that you are afraid to feel? What are the feelings that you are afraid to feel? And just be honest with yourself. Because when we have this awareness, this allows us to start to move forward. Because here's the deal. When you learn how to feel any feeling, including rejection, fear, failure, panic, disappointment, shame, when you know how to feel a feeling, move completely through it, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. So the solution to this is to learn how to feel your feelings. The other solution to this is to learn how to not beat yourself up. One of the things that Tony Robbins says is anytime you go after a goal, you will inherently end up failing more. If you want to have success, you have to be willing to fail more. Failure is the price of success. You do not get ahead, you do not achieve without failing 10 times more than you succeed. So when you understand that failure is the roadmap, failure is the process, it actually doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It just means you're going out there, you're trying it all, you're getting up, you're doing it again and again. So the solution to this fear of failure is knowing that you've got your own back. Knowing that when you do fail, which it will happen, and all failure means is you didn't get the result that you expected. You took an action, you wanted a certain result, you didn't get the result, so it failed. However, the problem here is when you beat yourself up, when you tell yourself you're wrong, when you tell yourself you're dumb, when you say, see, I told you, nobody likes you, you're unworthy, you're not allowed to have success. When you tell yourself those things after you fail, that is the reason why you're so afraid, is because at the end of the day, you beat yourself up. You tell yourself that you are a failure instead of just looking objectively at, I tried something, it didn't work out how I wanted, so let me now evaluate. So the solution to this is having your own back, learning how to love yourself so deeply, even when you fail, and knowing that I know if I fail, when I fail, I'll be there for myself. I will love myself. I will hold space for my emotions in that failure and rejection and disappointment. And I will get tapped back into my purpose, tapped back into my vision, and I will move forward feeling like I have courage and purpose to do the next thing, to take the next iteration, to evaluate and go again, to get back up and go. So the solution to failure and being afraid of it is to love yourself deeply in the failure and tell yourself, look at me, I'm doing it. I like to use the example of learning how to ride a bike. If you remember learning how to ride a bike, you were very bad at it. You had to have training wheels, and then the training wheels came off, and you definitely fell a lot, which could be considered failure. But what I consider it as is that is the only process to learn how to ride a bike. You can't overthink it. You can't practice it in your head. You literally have to practice it with your body, and your body has to figure out how to balance. And the way to figure out how to balance and stay on the bike is to fall off of it multiple times and then get back up multiple times. But what you don't want to do when you're learning how to ride a bike, you goes, oh, I fell off. I must be an idiot. I must be stupid. I must not know how to do this. Bike riding is not for me. No, that is the process of learning how to ride a bike. That is also the process of learning how to build a business. You fall down, you get back up, you try again. There's nothing wrong with you. So we need to stop being afraid of failure and we need to stop beating ourselves up. That will always keep you stuck. Now, here's the number 3 thing that keeps you stuck. Trying to figure it all out before starting. Trying to figure it all out before starting. So one of my very first business coaches, I remember hearing her speak back in 2013, and she had this quote, and she shared this story with me that she invested in this mastermind with her coach, and then she just decided to start selling something in order to invest in the mastermind with her coach. And she said, the thing that got me through, the thing that her coach taught her, which I've now used, this has been the foundation of my business, is a simple quote. Instead of thinking about getting ready, right? I'm getting ready, and then I'm going to aim, and then I'm going to fire, right? Ready, aim, fire. That's what we say. Like, get ready, just get ready, aim, fire. What she says instead is ready, fire, aim, 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 aim. Ready, fire, ready, go, ready, go. Then you just keep aiming, you keep figuring it out, but you have to go first. A lot of times, especially when you're trying to develop a program or a process or figure out what to sell, or you're figuring out what am I going to do my public speaking talk on? Everybody wants to make this whole talk and this whole thing, and then you really need to take a time to get their message. That's incorrect. You go book the talk and you figure out what to talk about before the talk, and then you talk. You don't do the best because it might be your first talk, but then you evaluate and you go, okay, next time I'm going to do this. Next time I'm going to do this. So one of the things that's made me so successful in my business, and it's gotten me to 6 figures quickly, whereas other people will stay stuck for years, never breaking across 50K, never breaking across 100K, never even getting started, is they tell themselves they have to figure it out. Well, I really just need to figure out my niche. I really need to figure out my messaging. I really need to figure out like exactly what I'm selling, what the process is. And what I say is no, you need to go out there and make offers to your clients. And you kind of have a general idea of how you can help them, but the way you figure it out is by helping the client. The way you figure out your process is by going out there and selling to your person, saying, I know I can help you. And then as they say yes, as you keep showing up for them, you figure it out as you show up. This is how I've signed $50,000 worth of contracts. People come to me and said, hey, can you do a retreat? And I was like, absolutely. And then I send them a $20,000 contract and I facilitate a retreat that I've never facilitated before because I've gotten comfortable with figuring it out as I go. I say, yes, I can do this because I trust myself to figure it out. This is the number 1 thing that you need to learn how to do in your business so that you can succeed. So I want you to think about these 3 things, these 3 mistakes that we have in taking action. Number 1, being afraid to get it wrong. Number 2, being afraid to fail. And number 3, trying to figure it all out before getting started. I want you to think about how many times you do this, how many times you keep yourself stuck. And I want you to think about the cost of staying in this mindset. Because think about it, you must have a goal, right? If you want to take action on something, that must mean you have a goal. That must mean you want to sign more clients, you want to make more money, you want to change your health, whatever it is, in whatever area. But I love to use the money goal because I always like to ask myself, what is this costing me? If you could just get started and start selling and start putting yourself out there, public speaking, making your offer, selling, I'm just going to say $1,000 package because this is one of the first things my first coach did with me. This is back when I was a fitness coach. And I remember her telling me her story. So I'll share it with you and I'll tell you how it influenced me. So when she was also a fitness coach, she drove past this venue. It was like a church and they had like a room for rent. And she just decided to walk in, find out how much the room cost. She found out the cost of the room. She didn't have any fitness equipment. She didn't have any programming. She just had herself and a couple of ladies. So she reached out to 5 ladies. She said, hey, I'm doing this fitness training program. It's $1,000. She went and sold that program to those 5 women. They each paid her $1,000 a piece. And then she took that $5,000 that she made and she went and bought the workout equipment. She went and set up the facility and she started her business in that way. Okay. So I want you to think about the mindset that it takes to trust yourself to say, I'll figure this out. I'm going to sell it first, then I'm going to deliver it later. And for me, what she helped me do in the very beginning of my business, my very first offer was $1,000 package. And we came up with it. She said, it's 12 weeks, it's health and fitness coaching. You meet with them however many times, it's $1,000. And she basically just told me that I was allowed to sell something for $1,000, which is sometimes just all it takes is somebody else saying, yes, you can do this. You're allowed. Go out and sell it. And as soon as she told me that, within 2 weeks, I had sold a package, $1,000 package. I went out and did it. And I did it again and again and again and again. And since then, my prices have gone up. It went up from there to 1,800 to 2,000 to 4,000 to 6,000 to 8,000. But I want you to think about the time that you're wasting right now in not investing and not getting coaching and not developing these skills is costing you money. It's costing you the ability to sign a $1,000 client today or a $2,000 or a $3,000 client today. So I always want you to think about when you're delaying taking action, what is it costing you? Most people think in terms of, well, I don't have the money yet to invest. But the way I think of is I don't yet have the skill I need to make the money. So I am willing to invest to get the skill so that I can have the money. Because the longer I wait to develop these skills, the longer I'm holding myself back from making the money I want to make. So I want you to consider if you can learn how to overcome the fear of getting it wrong, overcome this fear of failure and the feelings that are associated with it, and really being able to make it up as you go. That's what it means to be a business owner. You have to say, okay, this is what I think it is. I'm going to go out and do it. Then I'm going to reiterate and reiterate and reiterate and keep getting better. Right? And we're not saying that we're going to throw out crap. We're not saying that we're doing our clients a disservice, but we're just saying that you're good enough as you are. Your brain has inherent knowledge that can help someone else right now. Even your public speaking, you have a story that you could tell right now that could inspire someone else just as you are without having to do this whole big presentation, getting it perfect. You could just share your story with someone imperfectly. You could say, you can mess it up. That doesn't matter. People do not remember you messing up. They remember the message and the story and the energy and the fire and the passion that you had behind your story. So think about what would change if you were able to overcome all of these things. And the reason I bring this up to you today is because I have a special offer for you. I'm going to share it with you today. It is an 8-week mini mastermind, and it is called Abundant Business Mini Mastermind. And the reason I love this so much is because I did this exact thing. I decided that I was going to create an offer for you all throughout this process so that I could help you break through, and I was going to show you exactly what taking action looks like. So this is the Abundant Business Mastermind. This is foundational basics that I teach my one-on-one clients, but I wanted to make it accessible for you as a beginning business owner. I wanted to make the investment accessible. I wanted to make the time accessible. I wanted to make it impactful and powerful so that we work together through your messaging, through your confidence, through your consistency in your marketing and sales so you can make more money. So this is for you if you know that you need to sell more, but you're worried about feeling awkward. So what I teach is selling with soul, spiritually aligned selling. So you have no more awkwardness. You're not forcing it. You're not faking it, but you're truly doing it from the heart. And this is for you if you want to learn how to market consistently, where you feel like you're aligned, not exhausted. Like you're not going everywhere. You're not doing everything. You don't need to be a content creator, but you feel like you're doing aligned marketing that is connecting with your clients. This is for you if you want to feel confident in your message, in who you're talking to, in what you offer, in the value of what you offer. And if you want to start creating consistent income with a strategy that works for you, right? You feel really good and aligned with the strategy. And this container is a space where we have spirituality coming together with strategy. I teach my clients the vibration of alignment and manifesting. And then I also teach sales and marketing strategy because we need both. And then what this leads to is sales and clients feeling natural, feeling just like a conversation, feeling like you're able to make offers and it feels like it's in alignment and in service. And this becomes a magnet for your dream clients. So think about by the end of 8 weeks, you're going to have a clear, confident message that's calling in your soulmate clients. You're going to have a visibility strategy that matches your specific energy. You have a certain money archetype. We'll find out what that is and we'll use that in your marketing. Then you will know how to sell your offer with clarity, very clearly. You're not confused. And if you're clear, then you're going to have an easy time telling people about it, which means you're going to get more inquiries, more people reaching out to you, and more opportunities to make money. We'll also create a personalized social media plan for you. And listen, if you're not a social media person, not everybody needs to, or we're going to create an organic marketing plan, which means you work with people in person, you get referral partners, you get known in your local community in order to grow your business. And by the end of 8 weeks, you'll have this confidence where you feel like you're in faith, in trust, you're in flow, but you're also taking consistent, aligned action. So, what we want to shift you out of is this burnout, busy work, feeling like you're always on social media. And we want to change this confusion and analysis paralysis and get you right into consistent action where you're taking action, you're making connections, you're offering value. It's actually easy. This is for you if you're ready to break through of the fear, the perfectionism, the imposter syndrome, and really tap into trusting your voice, right? Who you are is enough. Your vision, your value, what you have to offer. We're also going to break through being seen and getting paid, right? Allowing yourself to be seen more and to allow yourself to receive more money than you've ever received before. This is going to allow you to create consistent income in an aligned way where we tap into our intuition, we stay in our integrity, and we also use our specific strategy that's going to be aligned with you and your archetypes. So you are meant to build an abundant business right now. No more hiding, no more second guessing, no more playing small, no more waiting to feel ready. This is the container that's going to take you through 8 weeks of massive action so that you can start showing up more with confidence, with clarity, attracting your ideal clients. And if you're watching this in real time right now, it's April 18th, 2025. This cohort is open right now for applications. So you're going to click the link below this video to apply. This is what the investment is. So a mastermind like this, I've paid multiple thousands of dollars for this, but I wanted to make this accessible for you in your beginning business. You're in your first 3 years. You're wanting to learn how to start showing up consistently, get consistent results. So the investment is only $1,000. That is it. We are together for 8 weeks. You can do this as an upfront investment of $1,000 or 2 payments of $625. What you're going to get in this is 8 group training calls plus group coaching. So half of the call will be me training and teaching you something. Half of the call will be coaching on your specific business. This mastermind starts on May 15th, 2025. So if you're watching this, you want to get your application in right now. It is first come, first serve. I review all those applications within 24 hours and I get back to you on if you're accepted, if it feels like a good fit for us to work together. So let's break down what we're going to work on over the mastermind. Week number 1 is taking yourself seriously. This is the number one thing that's going to shift your business. When you start tapping into, I'm serious, I know what I'm doing, I can help you, and I'm a CEO and I know how to sell and I know how to market, this is going to help you with your identity as a leader, as a business owner, and it's going to help you start time blocking and setting intentions to show up for your business. Our spiritual practice during this week is I teach you our money mindset journaling plus our future visioning. So we'll always have something spiritual each week. Then we move on to week number 2, which is connecting with your clients deeply. This is how we learn to tap into the energetic field of people liking us just for who we're being. So I'll teach you the know, like, and trust formula. So you can do this in conversations, you can do this in your content, and you'll learn how to nurture your leads, right? You actually learn how to build these relationships. When they trust you, they're more likely to buy from you. We also need to talk about your offer. What is your offer? And what are your beliefs about your offer, right? And then Typically, what we're working on anytime you're putting yourself out there more is we have a fear of being seen and being heard and feeling like an authority. So we will do some EFT tapping around it being safe to be seen and heard. And I will teach you that modality. You'll be able to use it anytime you're feeling that fear coming up. Then we move on to week 3, social media made easy. So this is social media, or this is your organic marketing plan for local community. So we're going to set you up with a simple, repeatable, and fun strategy, right? It's got to work for you. So I'll work with you when we're on these group calls to determine what your strategy is. You'll decide what it is. We'll work together to create that. We'll set up your content pillars. What are you going to talk about? And then you'll have a weekly plan so you know what to do. So you're not waking up, what should I do today? You're always going to know what to do. I will also do a social media audit so that I can see, okay, what's going on here? Or are there any disconnects? Is there anything confusing in your social media? And I'll help you with that so that you can be very clear. You can make it very easy for people to start working for you. And then our spiritual practice is breath work. Breath work is so phenomenal to release this fear of being seen, of failing, of disappointment, of rejection. So we'll go into a breath work session so you can emotionally release this. Then halfway through, we're on to week 4, mastering your messaging. You want to get really clear on your core message, right? What is it that you do specifically that other people don't do? What's your unique perspective? And then we need to talk about the problem and solution, right? What do you solve for people? So we'll spend a lot of time practicing this together so that you know how to say it, how to speak it, how to write it. Very easy. And we'll practice this through some intuitive journaling so we can get really clear so that you know exactly how to talk to people about what you do. Then we go to week 5. This is your organic marketing, free marketing, right? Anything that's free, it's for me, especially in the beginning of your business. And it's got to feel aligned with your personality. So some of you will be doing live video content. Some of you will be just making coffee chats, conversations, collaborations. So we will figure out a sustainable visibility plan for you to be connecting with more people. You've got to be connecting with more people, telling them what you have to offer in order to call them into your business. And our practice will be the visualization that's calling in your ideal clients. You're attracting them, you're feeling them, you're imagining them working with you. This changes the way we relate to the world. This is a really important part of the process. Then we move on to week 6. This is your sales psychology, really important. We always want to be thinking about clients and their buying behavior. How are they making decisions? What is their subconscious telling them? Right? We always want to think about the client first, creating comfort and safety for them, leading with integrity and empathy. So this is not about high pressure sales, but this is about creating comfort and safety for them to reach out to you and to have a conversation with you about what you do. I also have this panic to purpose process I will teach you for when you're like, I don't have money in the bank account, I'm feeling panicked. And we tap into this purpose so that we feel safe, so that we feel calm, so we can release anxiety and go out and serve people. Then we have week 7. Overcoming objections with love. I will teach you how to overcome these objections if I can't afford it, I need to think about it, from a place that's not pushy, not pressuring, but it really is rooted in service. It's really what is best for your client. You're helping them overcome that objection so that they can get what they want to get. And I'll give you this voice activation that you can use before your consult calls or your sales conversations so that you feel aligned and clear so you can be in service. Then finally, we move on to week number 8, which is our celebration week. We will celebrate all the results, all the progress, and solidify the momentum that you've created in the container. And then you'll create your intention for the next 90 days. Where are you going? What are you doing? What's the next plan? What's the next revenue goal? And we will do a beautiful ceremony closing us out and tapping into your future abundance that you're creating. So this is for you if you're ready to release perfectionism. You want to trust your voice. You want to be seen and paid. You want consistent income without the burnout. You want it in an aligned way. And you really want to lead with intuition, integrity, and strategy. So this is what I need you to do right now. As soon as you're seeing this, it only takes about 5 minutes. Click the link to apply now for the mastermind. I will get back with you in 24 hours. It just asks you a couple of questions about your business, about what your offer is, about what your goals are. And this container, I love it because it's going to be a small-ish container. It will be like working with me one-on-one, except the investment is only $1,000. So I have this for you. You want to just jump on this. Working with me one-on-one costs a lot more, but I wanted to create something to get you into action, moving forward with a process and a mindset and a focus that's going to get you into action quickly. You've got to do this stuff quickly or else you'll overthink it. You'll stay stuck. It'll be years and you'll be at the same revenue or worse. Your revenue will drop. You'll have to go back to a job. You won't be able to build your business. You'll give up on it. This is why people give up on their business in the first 5 years, because they don't have this. So you want to jump in. You want to be taking action quickly. You want to figure out how to make your investment of $1,000, only $1,000, and imagine what can happen in 8 weeks once you nail this. If you can just sign one client, maybe 2 clients to create your $1,000 back, this is a no-brainer. This is easy. Once you have all of these skills, you have them forever. You practice your messaging, you practice your strategy. Social media gets easier. Networking gets easier. Putting yourself out there gets easier. So we need to nail all of this in this mini mastermind so you can go out and start doubling your revenue, speaking with more confidence, getting in front of more people, having clients coming to you. And the investment is only $1,000. So as soon as you sign up, you will get, if you do your sign up before April 20th, you will get a bonus one-on-one coaching call with me. So if you're watching this now, you want to tap in right now, submit your application now before the deadline, which is April 20th. When you do that, you'll get a bonus one-on-one coaching call with me. We start on May 15th. So you want to get in this quickly. You want to get on this one-on-one call with me quickly so that we can already start assessing your business, seeing where you are, start taking action now. Because the sooner you take action to learn these skills, the sooner you're going to have more money in your bank account. So here is what the application looks like. You'll click that Google link. It'll ask for your email. It's going to ask for your name, why you applied for this group, what are the areas you want to work on, what specifically is your current challenge. That way I can help you in your specific business. What do you think you need to solve it? What have you tried to solve it already? Then we'll talk about what revenue you're already at. What's the highest revenue you've ever made? That'll help me understand your money mindset. What's your total revenue goal for this year? And then what are your offers? And if you don't know what your offers and price are, that's okay. We'll work on that during the mastermind. And then you can decide which investment is better for you, the $1,000 investment or the 2 payments of $625. And remember, if you get this in before April 20th, you get a bonus one-on-one call with me. I always reward early action takers. Let's go. Let's jump in. Even if there's fear, I'm going to jump in. And if there's anything else that I should know, you can put it down here in the bottom. This mastermind is for service-based entrepreneurs, but it's also for people if you have a product-based business, if you have a coaching business, if you want to become a speaker. We can do all of this together in the mastermind. So that is all you need to do to apply. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out to me. But I'm telling you, this is your year. This is your time. You have the capacity and ability to do this. Do not let your brain say, oh, that's not possible for me. I can't do it. It wouldn't work for me. It absolutely will work for you. I'm telling you, every strategy that I've ever put into place in my business, I showed up, I did the work. I'm not any different than you. The only difference I have than other people I see is I take the action. I am so courageous. I am so committed. I show up, I do the work, I put my hand up. I want to get, I act like every container that I'm in, I act like the coach is only coaching me. So we show up, I get the coaching. And if you're afraid that you're not going to show up, we need to solve that. And the way we solve that is by you investing and deciding, this is me saying I'm going to show up for myself. And here's how this works in my coaching containers. There's no man left behind, no woman left behind. I don't let you hide. So remember, just you saying yes to come into this container, this mini mastermind, even if you're doubting yourself a little bit, we work on your self-belief, we work on your self-doubt during the mastermind. So if you're feeling afraid, you're feeling scared, like, I don't know if I can do this, trust me, you can. If you're here and watching this, you have the ability to do this. It is not a special secret. It is you showing up, getting the coaching, applying the coaching, doing the work, and then if you fall off, if you get scared, if you get distracted, I've got you. Do not worry. I've got you. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to give you a swift kick in the butt when you need it. And I'm going to hold space for you because I know a lot of this action taking is emotional. It brings up trauma, childhood rejection, childhood bullying, times where we didn't think we're good enough, times where somebody broke our heart. So remember that all these emotions that are coming up with your business, this is what it's like to start a business. It brings up all of your limiting beliefs. All of the things that you ever thought negatively about yourself, it's going to bring to the forefront. And if you don't have coaching, you will get stuck. And it's very hard to get unstuck if you don't have somebody to throw you a rope and say, hey, let's go. So that's what this container is for, is to help pull you forward. You just got to show up for it and you will get everything that you need to be successful. These are foundational principles that when you learn them, you will have them forever. You'll make your investment of $1,000 back. You'll double it. You'll make 2,000. You'll make 4,000. Before you know it, you'll be at 6,000, 8,000. Once you hit $8,000 in your business, that is a six-figure business. That is a $100,000 business. And it is possible for you. When you show up for yourself, you make these investments, you learn these skills. It is impossible for you to fail unless you give up and unless you just stop getting coaching. Because the only way to move forward, right? Think about Olympic athletes. The only way to move forward and be the best and to continue going is to have a coach that sees your potential, that sees your greatness, that calls you into your future version of yourself and that says, hey, when you fall down, I've got you. We've got this. Let's go. So I look forward to seeing your application come through. We start on May 15th. So go ahead and apply right now. I look forward to talking to you on your bonus one-on-one call. And here's the thing, don't put it off. Do it right now. Do it right now. It only takes 5 minutes. Send in the application. Get your bonus one-on-one call. And let's go. Let's get you starting to make more money in your business with more confidence, with more alignment, with more ease, with more clarity. I will see you in the Abundant Business Mini Mastermind.